A WWE star is leaving next month. Plus, we had Raw and SmackDown stars appearing on NXT Spring Breakin, and future plans for a new WWE title have been revealed. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. So Fightful broke the news yesterday regarding the future in WWE of the artist known as Script. Citizen Script.
Poor Script, Tom. Yes, Fightful reported that Script is going to be leaving WWE when his contract expires at the end of June. They confirmed that his deal ends in June and WWE will not be renewing it, which is less of a kick in the teeth than being released mid-contract. But it's always sad to see a wrestler lose their job, though.
Yeah, so Fightful reported that, and then Scripps himself, now going under the new ring name of Sidney Akeem, he confirmed it with a video on his social media. It shows him packing away his possessions. It includes a wine bottle, which is a reference to his days as Carmella's sommelier.
Yes.
Good times. The 24/7 championship, which he had a fun little run with as well soon afterwards. The Scripps mask got put in the box as well, and he took off his Out the Mud OTM chain. Put that in there as well. He flashes us a cheeky smile and then says on the screen, available June the 1st. So he's getting straight back into the wrestling world after he leaves NXT.
And I hope he finds somewhere as well. I hope people are keen for Script, because I always thought he was kind of born in the wrong time, because Scripts would have done so well in the days when wrestling was more of a blend of different styles, bodybuilders, American football guys, everybody who doesn't really know what they're doing, just creating this thing called wrestling with the help of some actual wrestlers. And I think Scripts would have been one of them, because he's an acrobat. He's not a performance center.
You should go to AEW then.
No, he's a real, genuine
gymnastics there, isn't it?
Cirque du Soleil acrobat. And he basically I don't think was a good fit for NXT currently, where they're molding everybody to work in essentially the same way.
Yeah.
Which is the strengths and weaknesses to that. But one of the weaknesses is you've not created the best environment for kind of left field athletes like Scripts, for example.
Yeah, I see what you mean. There was a few guys that sort of come into prominence around that time who were part of these releases, and it was Cameron Grimes sort of falls into that thing as well.
Yeah,
where they sort of fell through the net during this power struggle between Triple H and Vince McMahon, and I think Script again, as well as a guy out of his time, sort of a victim of that in a way as well. I'm sure he's going to be fine. He's going to bounce on his feet as he is one to do. Last night on NXT, it was Spring Breakin Week 2. We saw a few Raw and SmackDown stars popping up throughout the night.
Yes, well, we had the Street Profits turning up to give the reigning tag team champions Axiom and Nathan Fraser a pep talk ahead of their title defense against the AOP. And then during the match, they also got help from Raw's newest tag team, drafted over from SmackDown, Pete Dunne and Toilet Bite, the new Catch Republic. Sorry.
It's all right, mate.
Okay. They helped the champions retain.
Yeah, lovely little bit at the end where as Scarlett is being told to get out of here by the referee, Dunn and Bate get on the apron and they give Razor a shoe in, and then Fraser and Axiom double team Akam for the win. Really fun match between those four.
Fraser and Axiom, we used to groan whenever it was one of their segments on the podcast, because it was them just doing rubbish quips backstage in this friendly rivalry. Now they're a team, now that they're the champions, and they're just having excellent matches on a near weekly basis. Also seems to be setting up a future feud between the AOP and the New Catch Republic as well, which should be good.
Which should be good times as well. We also saw Mishin appear last night at Spring Breakin. She has made her intentions clear about becoming the first ever women's North American champion in NXT. And also last night at the end, we had Chelsea Green pop up, where it was revealed, is going to challenge Roxanne Perez for the NXT Women's Championship.
Heel versus heel, or will Chelsea be the sort of de facto babyface in this one, I guess?
Well, based on the segment that we had, it kind of felt like Chelsea was a bit more the de facto face. Roxanne was just whinging all night long. She was very much a proto Chelsea Green, complaining about anything and everything, getting upset that
she didn't get drafted. Sorry,
she was upset she didn't get drafted, but then Ava saying, well, you're a champion, so you're exempt from the draft. Yeah, but it doesn't matter, doesn't it? And then when she was told to defend her title next week, well, I defended it last week, what more do you want me to do? Yeah. And then it was you're facing Chelsea Green. And it was one of those hilarious moments in wrestling where it was like Roxanne and Ava in the office, and Ava says, "You're defending again." Just camera pans back, Chelsea Green. So she was in the office the whole time.
Ava's a bloody good GM. You've just got to mention it every single time she's on screen. The wrestlers are always like, "That's a great decision, Ava. You're a really good GM." Not because of who she's related. Anyway,
no, not at all.
You mentioned there the first ever women's North American champion will be decided as well, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But someone that I really want to see win that belt potentially is Fallon Henley, which could be looking more likely now that she's just turned heel.
You were very upset by this morning.
She turned on Thea Hale, she beat her down, and she walked off past the popular girls, and it's unclear yet whether she's going to be in an alignment with the popular girls, JC Jane and Jasmine Nix, or is just going to be her own lone heel. But either way, I think it means probably the death of my favourite theme tune in WWE currently, which is her one. Get on that horse, saddle up, which is...
Unless they do like a minor version.
Not a dark version of it.
Dark version. No. I'm sure Def Rev will have something special in mind.
Yeah, me too.
I'm Fallon Henley.
Yeah.
Something like that, maybe. Or maybe we can throw it to Adam and Sam to make an AI version for Fallon Henley. They did such a lovely job on the video the other day, which you can watch on the YouTube channel. They did a lovely job on Hulk Hogan's music. Can't see it being a problem at all. Last night, Wes Lee made a lovely return on NXT last night as well. This was lovely to see.
Yeah, he was sidelined last year with a back injury in December and was originally planned to be out for 8 to 12 months. He appeared last night ahead of his recovery schedule to square up to NXT North American champion Oba Femi after Oba Femi had successfully retained the belt against Ivar. Josh Briggs also wants to be in line for the next title shot, but Wes Lee's surprise appearance might have thrown a spanner in the works there. It was a really emotional return because it could have been a lot more serious, Tom.
Yeah, so Fightful's Corey Brennan reported that Wes Lee has indeed been cleared to return to the ring, but at one point it was thought that Wes would miss over a year at minimum due to his injury, with retirement being a real possibility. We may never have seen him in the ring again.
Yeah, and it's nice that, recently it feels like there's been a lot of stories involving people like MJF's the first one that comes to mind off the top of my head, where their period of absence has actually been extended because it's required surgery or it's required a longer recovery period than people initially thought. It's nice to hear the reverse sort of story where Wes Lee, it was feared that he could have even lost his career, as you've said, but actually he's back ahead of schedule. And that's really nice to see. And he's a fantastic wrestler as well.
He's really good. He's very, very good. So we could be getting Oba Femi versus Wes Lee down the line for the NXT North American title. But what about the women's North American title? It was announced during WrestleMania weekend that we're getting the first ever mid-card women's title in WWE.
I guess so. Yeah.
I can't think of any. Obviously, we've had tag titles in different generations and different decades. Briefly, the 24/7 title was fought over by the women's division on Raw, very briefly. But no, first proper, fully fledged mid-card title in WWE history. And it was announced last night on NXT that the North American champion, the women's North American championship, will be decided at NXT Battleground, which is happening at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas in June.
It's going to look very unique indeed.
Yeah.
And also, in a similar way to the first ever men's North American title match, it's going to be a 6-woman ladder match to decide the inaugural champion. The participants are going to be decided in a series of matches on NXT over the next few weeks. There was a bit of a clue as to who might be involved as well, as there was a brawl during this segment too, involving the likes of Michin, who came down from the main roster, as we've said, and announced her intention to become the first ever champion, Jada Parker, Sol Ruka, and Ariana Grace. But I want it to be evil Fallon Henley. Saddle down.
Saddle down.
Saddle down. Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think maybe evil Fallon Henley in the mix. I imagine Sol Ruka will do something ridiculous off the ladder.
Yeah. I wonder if I always feel like a mid-card belt, especially for the inaugural champion, is sort of tailor-made for a heel. So I wonder if I don't know if they will necessarily do that, but I think Adam Cole was the first North American champion before he became a main eventer in NXT. So I wonder if it's actually going to be a heel, but regardless, Sol Ruka is going to do something crazy.
Something wild in that particular match. Are you twitching tonight?
Yes, myself and Owen will be on twitch.tv/Cultaholic at 6 p.m. UK time. We're the Swans, the mighty Swans. We've got a new song now. It's really good. Also, we're winning the football matches. That's of secondary importance, though.
They're winning the football matches. New song.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/Cultaholic.
And I should mention as well that 9 pitches for Backlash France will be going up this week as well. Maybe today.
I believe it's a Wednesday, so it's a 9 pitches day ahead of a pay-per-view.
Fair enough.
So 9 pitches, or as they would call it, and thanks this week. Pitches.
Yes. Have you interviewed anyone interesting recently?
We had a lovely chat with Broken Matt Hardy, your friend who chewed your ear off that time. Quite literally, not metaphorically. I had a lovely chat with Broken Matt Hardy, head of TNA Under Siege on Friday. You can check that out on the podcast feed right now. We talk about what we can expect from his TNA run. He's evolving the Broken character and the Broken universe, and he gives us some details on how he's doing that as well. And also a little detail about a few Hardys getting back in the ring in TNA. Yes. Tom, thank you very much. It's on the podcast feed for you right now. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.